Hello, everyone. My name is Miss Muller, and I am here to give you an overview of what our Canvas page is going to be like. Now, this is going to be the co-requisite course for elementary statistics. Just remember that that means that it's not going to be a lecture class. I mean, there are going to be mini lectures, but it's not where you have your main homework. It's not where you have your exams. You are taking this course because you are going to have a 2-day lecture, and then you're going to have 2 days a week with me where you are going to be practicing concepts, whether it is reviewing concepts from before the material starts, so like reviewing algebra and all that kind of stuff, or reviewing new material, or even getting a little bit ahead of the lectures and seeing a preview of things. So this is the first semester that these co-requisite courses are being offered for the 100 level courses. And I really hope that I have designed it in such a way that it will benefit you a lot this semester. Now, there's not a whole lot to know about this course ahead of time, but I at least want to show you what our Canvas page looks like. So this should be the first page that you see when you come in here. This is for section 3 specifically of statistics. I'm teaching another course as well. And so the most important places that you are going to find some key information about this course are going to be the announcements tab, where there's nothing there right now, but there will be after this video is posted. The syllabus, which I will discuss very briefly. The modules tab, where you can download notes after class and turn in any written assignments. There should only be one for the whole semester, but in case there end up being any more. And then also where you see this video, my introduction video, if we ever have to have something virtual for whatever reason, then I'm going to be posting videos there. There's also a big photo of me and then some information about me as well. So let's go to the syllabus, which we will also be discussing a little bit the first day of class. So here's some information: when we meet, where we're meeting, where my office is, and my information in my office hours. Some important days where there are no exams for this co-requisite class. We will have quizzes, as I will discuss, and there's not really an official textbook for this class, but there is a required workbook. Let me show you very briefly what this workbook looks like. You will be able to order it from the AUM bookstore. This was prepared by 3 of the math faculty of the math department at AUM, and it has some kinks in it, as in like some of the formatting errors, but we'll just deal with it. It basically goes through lots of different content that you will be learning throughout the semester. And so basically, we're going to be breaking up our days into getting kind of a bit of a review, have a discussion, talk about some of the material that we're going to do in the practice problems for the day. And then a lot of the practice problems we're going to do are going to come from this very book. So for example, day 1 is going to be doing the first half of these problems. So it's reviewing operations on real numbers. You'll see that there will be some examples here, which I will also be presenting to the class, and then some exercises that you can do on your own. Now, there are no solutions that are going to be available for this workbook unless we have time to discuss solutions in class, which I'm guessing we will most days. There's a lot of questions to do for the first few weeks because we're reviewing lots of algebra concepts. But whatever you don't finish, we are going to have a few days throughout this semester where we will be able to catch up, or you can always come to my office hours and discuss some problems as well. So the first 2 weeks are going to be on this kind of review material, and then we really start with the statistics in chapter 4. Now, these chapters, just so you know, these chapters and sections are references to an older version of the statistics book that you are going to be using in your main lecture. Don't really pay too much attention to the chapter names and the chapter sections. Just pay attention to the actual material. And so in class, I will be giving you a brief lecture. You don't have to take notes, but I kind of recommend that maybe you do, at least for the examples. And then we're going to be doing lots of problems. Not everything that we work on will necessarily come from this workbook. I will provide it if we do any sort of other group activity, but that is the primary thing you're going to need to bring to class every single day. So we also, as I briefly mentioned, are going to have quizzes. So every Wednesday, We are going to be having a 15-minute quiz on the previous 1 or 2 classes worth of material. So obviously week 1, that means you're only going to be tested on some of those first few problems from the real numbers. And this is just to make sure that you are understanding the content, that you're practicing these types of problems, and this is how you're mainly going to be graded for the class is going to be these quizzes as well as your attendance. Just attending and participating is actually half of your grade. You'll notice here that you have in-class assignments, weekly quizzes, and attendance. So the workbook, the quizzes, and coming to class, that's your whole grade. So you don't have to sign up for any homework system. You don't have to study for exams for this class, though understanding and maybe studying very briefly for the material for the quizzes is going to be important. Um, and then there's not too much here that really is important except for the tentative schedule, which is subject to change. You'll see that we are going to have a quiz every single Wednesday, apart from the one Wednesday that we do not have class during Thanksgiving break. And you'll see approximately what sections I plan on covering. And you can, ahead of time, look in your workbook and see what types of questions we are going to be covering. I believe that we are for the most part going to be behind from your lectures, which is good because you want to learn the material first and then have time to practice it. So we're going to be doing some real number review. We have a 5-day weekend for Labor Day because we have no school on Fridays, and then both the Monday and the Tuesday are off for the weekend. And then we have all this material to work on together. A whole week off for Thanksgiving break, 1 day in December together, and then finals week begins that Wednesday. So it should be relatively simple. It should be easy to get a good grade in this class. You basically just need to attempt the problems in the workbook. They don't have to be totally 100% correct. You are being graded for correctness on the quizzes, but then you also are getting a huge portion of your grade just from coming. So I think that this is going to be a pretty nice class, and it's only going to help you with your course, with your main 1070 course. So the modules tab is pretty much where a lot of the important stuff is going to be. There's the student resources tab, which you can pretty much always keep minimized in case you need any of those things. And a reminder that if you want to see those introductory videos again, like you're seeing right now, go to that Kaltura course gallery. The main feature of the modules page are each of these weekly modules that I have. So the weekly modules are going to be stating what material we are working on, and they are going to be after class, the notes that are going to be that are the completed version of the notes that we will have worked on for the day. So chapter 2 is what we're doing the first week, which is real numbers. You'll see that there's various assignments here. The only assignment where you will need to upload something so far for this semester is going to be this scavenger hunt. It's a scavenger hunt of Canvas, not of the campus or anything. And I'll be handing it out to you day 1. It's just so I can get to know you better and you can get to know the website better. And so pretty much all other assignments, attendance in class and quizzes are going to be labeled grade only because it's just telling you that's what you're being graded for the day. And I will be evaluating that in class and then uploading the grade here after. You can always check your grades tab over here. But pretty much it's a homework-free class. You do have some quizzes. It's going to be lots of good practice problems. And it should be a relatively nice class, and you'll get to know people that you can work well with, either from your classes or from other classes that are also taking 1070, because the interesting thing about these co-requisite courses is that there's not a particular lecture that this is associated with. We're going to have a big mix of people from all of the different statistics classes throughout the semester. So it will be interesting to make friends, to find study buddies, and hopefully this class will help you a lot and give you a better understanding of the elementary statistics course. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to meeting you the first week of school, and I hope that this video was helpful.